Hi guys, back for part 2, Wonderful World of Flowers by Johanna, Basford, and we are doing the little brown tones down here on this gorgeous picture. I did the butterfly, the flower, and this portion yesterday, and then I just kind of did this half over here, and I did a base layer on all the vines in the daisy yellow. So I thought I would go ahead and get the vines out of the way, and just wanted to let you know that I just went in with that and highlighted it the same way I did the little portion down here, and I'm just going to finish that all up off camera. It's done the exact same way this one was done, so if you wanted to go ahead and do all the vines at the same time, go for it. I did change this flower up just a tiny bit. I had darkened the edges up here and it looked really dark and kind of muddy, so I just took my eraser and I just kind of tapped it around in that area, and then just put the same pencil down the yellow daisy in this area, and then I did add a tiny bit of the Prisma white just to get that edge a little whiter, look like the one was on this side. So that is the white I brought in. I did take a little of this also and just come up here on the sides of these petals to add a little bit of the, well, I'm going to call it a creamy color into the pink that I put up here. So I did it on both sides. And I just want to let you know that these flowers on the sides here are different, so I will have to do each one of those. It's going to be kind of basically the same way as the other flowers are done, dark brown and then a tiny pink up at the tips, along with these big guys here. And I will be doing these in another video along with their leaves. So for today's video, we're going to get the camera down and we will go ahead and do these flowers here, and we'll just see how far we can get on this half of the page. Hopefully I can get most of that done. So I'll get the camera down. Hold on a second. Okay, so this flower is basically the same as this one here. So you can color it the same way we did this one here. So I'm going to skip that flower, do this one, and one of these up here, this little kind of daisy dude, and this one kind of looks like it's got a button in the middle. That's cute. And the little leaves that are on it. So we will go ahead and start with the tulipy type one here, and we're going to darken the underside here because we've got the vine going here. We're just going to put some darkness there too, and then add some on the kind of a leafy look this has got going on. This is the burnt sienna I'm using, and I'm just going to bring it up into the petal in little strokes. Bring these down a little more pronounced, so just darken them up, and add another one over here. Okay, try to go dark around the little petals down here and bring it up, and we're gonna bring some darker lines up here also. There we go. That is the start, the basis of it. And then we're going to go in with some light brown and just bring that up into a flower. And before I get too far, I'm going to bring in the light pink. And we're just going to very lightly bring it down. And I'm going to leave the very, very tips white. And there we go. Now we're just going to keep coloring it in with the brown tones. I'm going to go in with the, try and find the dark brown. There we go. Dark brown. And add that in. And just flicking it up. Or pulling it up, whichever way you prefer to call it. Just blending the colors up. And I want it pretty dark down at the bottom, so I'm going to put a little more pressure down here. And bring it up. We're going to get some tan here. Bring that up. Let's back on that. And we will get some of the I want maize. Gotta find it. There we go. Got all these brown tones and they all kind of look the same. Okay. And there we go. We're getting a nice brown look there. I'm going to bring in some of the daisy yellow up at the top here. Did before on the other ones. And just pull it down on one side. Okay, and then we're going to make this a little browner. We bring in light brown and just pull some of that up and down. And then we'll bring in the black and make these lines a little more showy. We have dots over here. We bring in some more of those little vein type lines. Bring those down a little more. And that's how I will leave that. I'm going to put a little bit of the Prisma white and just bring down some of the lighter area here. And that looks good. And we'll work on the little petals here. You probably have all these done already if you wanted to pause the video and do that. I'm going to look at this little guy here. He's going to be a solid two-tone dark brown. I want it darkest, so we're going to go in with the, I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the dark brown, and we're just going to pull it in there. Okay, and with that dark brown, we will go in with just a light brown and go over it. And I like it nice and dark on that one. There'll be a dark one over on this side also. And that looks really, it's going to stand out, so that'll look good. And then these leaves on this one, I don't want them looking the same as these, and I don't want them looking like that. So I'm going to go in here with the more yellow tones. Yellow orangish. So we're going to go in with a golden. It's golden yellow. Go pushing hard on one side to get most of the color, and then lightening the pressure up and just going over the rest of it. So just pick one half to do that on. And then this leaf. Now those are the leaves that come around here, and then we get an extra leaf. So these could, I guess, be the petals for the flower, but this one doesn't have any, so I'm just going to work it like I'm doing. I'm going to do this one in the yellows too, just on the one side, and then lighten it up and bring it down. There. And then we will bring in, let's see, yellow orange. We're going to see how dark that gets it. And we're just going to take it down in the corner here on all the darkest spots. It's going to be dark under this leaf, so we'll add some of that in there too. Bring it up just a little bit further and take it down one of these veiny things. She's got very interesting leaves in her illustrations. So this is tan, and I'm just pulling it into the other orange. Bring it in here on all of the leaves. Try to keep them all the same. Okay, then we will add the lightest color, and that is the daisy yellow. And we'll just blend that in here. Okay, and we'll go over all the areas here. And then we have to do the inside. And I think I'm just going to go in with the daisy yellow and color a solid coat of that on the inside of these. And then we'll add some shadow in there with a little bit of the light brown. We'll just bring that in to round the flower very lightly. And up on the top up here. Just a little shadow. In here we can add a little shadow too where the leaf is underneath the petals. Okay, just like that. Okay, now the flower itself is going to be brown. I picked it, it's going to be brown. Okay, we'll just start here. We leave the little ruffles like the one on the bottom, a little light at the top, so I don't have to erase that. And this is the burnt sienna, if I haven't said that, and we're just going to go up and to the edges here. And this leaf is behind both of those leaves, make that a little darker. Okay. And then we will bring in, put a little pink in here. Just a tiny bit, very lightly. Boom. Add a little of the daisy yellow in that also. And bring that down into the brown. Bring in some of the dark brown and darken it under the leaf area here and around the center of the flower and up one side. Pick whichever side you prefer. Okay, I'm going to bring in a little black in there also, just right around the shadow parts. Okay. Now the outer leaves are going to be done in kind of a medium tone. So we'll bring in, oh dear, the maize and the light brown. And we'll see how this works. We're going to start at the top and bring the color downward. So this one will be at the tip of each one. This is the maize. Debating. I'll bring in the lightest color, the yellow, and we'll bring that up and see how that looks. I'm kind of liking that one. So we'll do that all the way around. Since it's the lightest color, you can kind of blend it into everything around it. Okay, then I'm going to darken the tips. And I'm going to bring in the burnt sienna. And just kind of go around and darken tip area. Bring down some veining. And then just kind of bring some more of that down. Little lines. And then we'll bring in the daisy yellow again and pull that color down with it. And maybe bring in a little bit of plain old brown. Just tiny little lines here. I'm going to darken these leaves up a little bit better. Okay, now that'll stand out in its own way. So we're going to bring a little black in at just the very tip. Okay, that's a nice little flower. We're going to bring in a little black down here too for a shadow in this. And right under here. Very tip here. Down in here. Just a very, 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 very light touch. And then that is that flower. I believe I'm going to be putting a inking background behind here, and that'll make that pop out. We also have more vines here to do. And more of these tiny, 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 tiny little leaves. Itty bitties. And the color I'm using right now is the golden yellow, and I wanted to add a little more color in here. So just kind of lightly bringing it in. Okay, so we've done the two flowers, and then we've got this upside down cagey tulip thing. So we're going to do that one, and I'm going to add some pink in here first. And I'm bringing it like very lightly down to halfway, not going to the tip. And then just on the sides here. And we will do both of these tulipy guys because they're a little different. It's mostly pink on just the side here. And then we'll touch a little pink in here. Okay. Then we're going to do the same as the other ones and bring the brown down. So we'll start with, let's see, find my colors again. The dark brown. And we're going to go on the side here, right over that pink. And bring some of that up. Making it shadow here on the side, making it darkest down at the bottom. Now since this one has pretty pattern on it, I'm still going to put in some lines here, but you're not going to see them as much, so kind of remind me of little lamps that hang down. Okay, we're going in with the brown and just pulling it down a little bit, adding it to there. And then we will add in some yellow orange, brighten up the sides here. Okay, then we will bring in some of the daisy, put it up at the top and bring it down on the sides. Some daisy yellow. And then we will bring in the tan. And then the burnt sienna. Okay, and then we'll bring in the black. Hopefully that's black. And just darken up that sides on each one of these and the bottom. And I really don't think I need to put in any of the lines because you really can't see them with the areas there, making it nice and dark at the bottom. So basically, I hope I wasn't off camera the whole time I was doing that. I'm going to put a little of the white in here also, just on the tip. And that is the Prisma white. And I can highlight any area that I think needs it. So basically that is what we have. We will go over the whole kit and caboodle with the yellow daisy in case there's any parts that didn't get colored. Then if we think that white got a little cloudy, I can just go over that line with the black just to make it stand out more. And there we go. So those are done. And what I'll do now is come back and do the rest of the vines, and I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of the vines, and then do the little daisies here. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I decided instead of doing black down here on the butterfly, we're going to kind of do it in the same colors as this. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cream down here. Or not cream, I'm sorry, it's the daisy yellow. And I'm going to just put a little of that down in here and up through here. Okay, and then we will come in with the golden yellow on this side here. And up on that side. Just kind of bring it down and through here on both sides. We're going to darken those corners up a little bit more, but I want to bring in all the colors. So here we have tan. Bring that in a little bit. And then we will add in a little bit of the maize. Hold on a second. Just adding the tan in on both sides here and under. I'm sorry, this is the maize. I was interrupted, so just gonna add it in. I'm also bringing it up in here just so I get a good blend coming down. We're gonna get a little bit of the brown. So this is the light brown. I'm gonna add that in here also under here to give it a little more depth, a little bit there, and especially under this little area here. So do that on both sides again. Okay, I have that whole thing there and then down here. Okay, in the whiter areas, we're just going to use the daisy and kind of just fill it in a little darker. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the light brown, and just where the line is, we're going to add a little of that and lighten it up, going up. So do that on all of them. And just cover up the last one. Just kind of giving it a little bit of dimension. Try to make sure you get it down on the line, pull it up. And that just kind of gives it a little ruffling type thing. Okay, and we went up so it's on this side. Gotta do the same on both sides. There. Really cute. I just went out of the lines, didn't I? Oh, I got an eraser. Now the top one, I think we'll go in a little darker, and we will put in the dark brown up here in the corner. then just very lightly bring it out and darken it down at this end and lightly bring it down. Do the same on this side. Then we're going to add black down in that area there. Get that darker, and then we're going to go in with the maize. Bring it up on this side, and then back over on this side. And then in the very center, we'll just use the light yellow, daisy yellow, sorry. And then we'll add just a bit of the golden yellow in there too. And just brighten it up there. And then we have our butterfly. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the brown on this side to help blend that a bit. And then we'll go in with the black right around in here. And then we have our butterfly. And I notice there's a little streak here that I don't like, so I'm going to come in with my eraser. Kind of blend that a bit and go in with the same colors that we had. Let's see if we can't get that little line out of the way. Might be able to, might not. I went up on the line here. Don't like that. And then we'll take some of the Prisma white. Let's see if that will help that at all. And on this side. Okay, that's good enough. So we finished the butterfly. We've got the one flower, we've got those flowers, and this one done. And I'm going to check the time. Well, what I'm going to do is add a little more darkness in the leaves on this one. And it's just with the brown. It always feels funny saying it without a number after it, but... And I just darkened up halfway up these little lines here, and then just added a little more brown in these areas here, so it'll match a little better coming down. And these tiny little leaves that are on this one, I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to add the daisy yellow at the tips, and then I'm going to add in the we'll go with the tan and pull that up a little. Then I'm going to add it's a golden yellow up on the side here. Just to bring that out just a little bit more. And then, what is this one? The dark yellow, we'll see. A little bit of that up there too. And we got a little yellow dot. Then we will add in a little bit of the brown, just down in here to shade it a bit. Going up the center to the tip. As long as you lay down the other colors, it won't look so much like the petals in the flower. Up to the tip. We're going to darken the tips a little bit. There we go. And that's about all the time we have for this video. So we've kind of brought down the yellows down into the leaf. I might highlight that a little bit with the Prisma white on the side here. Pick a side here. Just to lighten it up a little bit. And I will be using some Posca in here a little later. So when I come back in part 3, which should be the last part, I will have the other flowers here colored in. I'll have all the vines done just like these vines here. I went ahead and did the little dark brown one here and here. And I'll do all the vines, but we will be coloring in the daisies and these little dudes up here. And those will be the rest of the flowers, minus the ones that are on this side, which will be colored the same. This one is going to be colored the same as the one that's on this side up here. And this one is kind of a new one, so it'll be colored in the same colors, same pattern. But these over here will be colored just like the ones we did over here. So when we come back, we'll do the daisies and the little bells up here, and hopefully we'll get a background on this guy too. So thank you for following along in part 2, and I will see you in part 3. I hope you all have a great day. Happy coloring. Bye now.